What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, my people, my lovely people? This is me, Julian Ehab from Note Sponge, again with another summer scent segment. In today's segment, I'll be tackling the house of guerlain, and that would be vetiver, EDT. There you go. This is I got this generous sample from a friend of mine. I bought like a bottle from him I think last week, and he just hooked me up with that generous sample, so thank you again. And so I've been wearing it for the past week like a few times. This is actually today my fourth wearing, so I think I'm ready just to give my thoughts of it. And before I even start this review, I just want to tell you guys this fragrance has been out since 1961, so it's pretty old, and that's exactly how I feel like every time I put this on, and it just reminds me of Jesus for some reason. I think this is something Jesus would wear, and probably if this one was out in Jesus' time, he'll definitely rock this one out, and that's how I feel exactly. This is it's a very old, dated fragrance, guys. I feel vintage when I wear it. I feel like really old. I feel antique. So the only reason why would I buy or pay for a bottle of this is just to keep it as an antique in my house, and just probably in the future let my kids or my grandkids smell it and just tell them, hey, this is how ancient people used to smell like. This is something that I would never think of wearing, and I don't know. And first of all, I'm not a big fan of vetiver at all. So I just, vetiver is not my thing. I just don't like Encre Noir. I just, anything that has like a really dominant vetiver earthy notes, it's just not my thing. And this is this is getting up there with gray flannel. Like, well, gray flannel, it is probably one of the worst fragrances of all time for me, and that would just come next probably. This is horrible. This is nasty, guys, in my book. This is disgusting. I don't know, like how people would wear this, and how do they think they smell good. And the weird part to me, and I'm just talking about my opinion, you know, so this is just me. If you like it, good for you. This one has got a lot of likes on Fragrantica. I was just like every Fragrantica comment I read, it's all about love, like this and that, which is I don't understand, honestly. I don't know how all those peoples are on Fragrantica, with all due respect, of course, but I thought just people like will be really bashing this fragrance out big time, but the total opposite. Like, people really dig and love this stuff. Well, it's not me. I tried my best and just like let people smell it on me, and like friends and families and this and that, and just like nobody liked it at all whatsoever. I don't know, probably it is my skin, or I don't know, but I dislike it, and probably my skin dislikes it as well. This is like muddy, earthy type of vetiver feel, just to the max. It's got this earthy, like really wet mud type of thing, you know. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind that. I don't mind earthy, muddy, woodsy type of smells. And like if I go like in the woods, or like I go to a forest or something, and I smell that, I really like it, and I'll enjoy it, and it will make me feel good. but not to that level just to put it on my skin and just wear it and just make it as a scent on me. I just want that thing, just like people to smell it on me, or just for me to enjoy it. But just don't get me wrong, if I just go to a like into the woods and it was just raining and the mud, like the earth, it's like wet and muddy, I like that smell, don't get me wrong, but not to that level. It's kind of smells like a swamp for me. It just like it only needs an alligator. So, and yeah, and I'm not sure if it's got no, it doesn't have leather. I don't remember the notes, but I know it's got a lot of tobacco, and I love tobacco. But tobacco here, it's awful, guys. Tobacco, to me, to like tobacco, it needs to be accompanied with something sweet, just to to balance it out a little bit, and just to make it like tobacco vanille, or like a back to black honey tobacco. Like, that's how I like tobacco. It just got this tobacco leaf type of thing plus something sweet, just to really balance it out in my book. But this is really dry, earthy, swampy vetiver, and added like something like really dry as well as tobacco. So it just gets like really super dry for the whole thing, and until the very end it just gets a little sweeter with the tonka beans. But just a hint of sweetness. This is not a sweet fragrance at all, guys. This is like a super dry fragrance. So like, this fragrance would make you thirsty, just the fact that you just smelling it. That's how dry this thing is. And I'm not a really big fan of like really super dry fragrances, because I'm into sweet fragrances, or at least I need a hint of sweetness in my fragrances, so this way I can enjoy them. But like really bold, like rugged, dry fragrances, this is just I think it's too rugged, I would say probably too masculine for me. I'm not ashamed to admit that, probably. But no, this is just not my thing, honestly. So this is one of them, guys. And unfortunately, just it lasts forever. Like it lasts like 10 hours plus on my skin, which is weird. My skin usually absorbs fragrances, and like fragrances that I really do enjoy, they tend to not last on me at all. And this is the total opposite. I just wanted to go away, and it just kept on like staying on my skin. And one time I remember I just applied it on my wrist, and I washed my wrist too many times, and it's still there, strong and like really radiating, which is weird. I remember the first time I put this on. I was at night, right before I go to sleep, and I just put this on just to just give it a taste. And my wife just told me to go take a shower. She just couldn't like handle me at all, and just only put on like a couple couple of sprays on my two wrists only, just to to check it out the first day when I got it. And it was horrible, guys. It's just like my wife like usually don't say that, or like she's like really well spoken, and she's, like she tend to to be nice to me and with me, and I was like, hey, this is awful, just go take a shower. Like, seriously, that's what she said, like take a shower. And she really twitches her eyes and her nose, and I do the same thing too. And I'm just like, I'm gonna put it, I have it on, but this is the dry down already, so I'm just gonna put it back on in front of you guys, and just to not enjoy the opening one more time. So this is awful. This is really awful, guys. It starts off very citrusy, very lemony, but this lemon, for some reason, I enjoy lemons and citruses, but this lemon here is awful. It's just mixed with vetiver and tobacco, and it just reminds me. That's that's how I see it. It reminds me of a really, really, really old man. He's sick and he's just like walking like really slowly. He's like, and he's just like pulling his oxygen tank right behind him, and he's got this oxygen thingy, and he's inhaling oxygen. That's what it I'm sorry to say this, but that's what it reminds me of once I just put this on. And not only this time, every time it just reminds me of that for some reason. It's kind of like got like a hospital smell type. I don't understand. It's just like, it just reminds me of like a hospital, and or like an old, like this old man, and like he's with the tobacco, and like he's like a smoker, and like he smokes, and people when they smoke, you can smell, even though they're not smoking at a time, you can really smell the tobacco, the cigarettes on them. So it's lemon, vetiver, and tobacco, and some spices. That's how I feel exactly when first apply this vetiver. Very, very dated, like honestly very dated. I just like, and people on Fragrantica, they say it is a fresh scent. I just don't understand. It is this. I mean, I don't want to say that word again, but it is not clean. They said it's fresh and clean. This is not a fresh or clean scent at all whatsoever in my book. This is like, once you put this on, I feel dirty. I feel like I need to take a shower. I don't like. I no. This is that's how I feel exactly. So I like, if somebody put this on just to feel fresh and clean, I just like, sorry, I just don't want to be next to you or anything. It's just because you're not gonna smell as clean or as fresh to me, and to most of the other people, because like every single person I asked them his opinion about this stuff right here, they all thought it was awful. So it's not just me, it's pretty much the majority of the people, unless you're like, that thing reminds you of your dad or your grandpa or something, and it just got some nostalgia to you. Or you grew up smelling this, I can see that, or you grew up like near the woods, and you got used to that smell, and then you moved to the city and you missed that muddy, earthy smell. It's more of a nostalgical feel into it. So it is not something that that's how am I analyzing this. This is not something that people would, this is not something pleasant to people. That's not something that would please people. And there's like a worm here, nice. Anyway, but it is more of a nostalgical thing. Anyway, this is my take on guerlain vetiver. I didn't really break this fragrance down. You guys don't need to. It is awful. Seriously, it is not a pleasant scent at all whatsoever in my book. I'll probably wouldn't wear this back unless, I don't know, maybe on Halloween or something. And even on Halloween, I don't know, unless I really want to torture people. Yeah, and maybe one day when I'm sick and I just can't really smell, and I just put this on just to torture people, something when I feel like really mean. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I don't know, this video how long? This video, it is long already. It is like 15 minutes pretty much. So thank you for watching again. I apologize if I offended anybody. I was just speaking my mind and how I feel about this fragrance. It is not for me. If it's for you, good for you. And thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.